Broadcasting from our super expensive state-of-the-art satellite that was recently eaten by a giant piranha plant to your computer or mobile device, this is Minecraft News! Hello and welcome to Minecraft News. It is Monday, September 3rd, and I'm Steve, filling in for Adam, aka Swingbird, who is on location covering the rampant skin server outages. Let's get down to the news. Now first off, Dinnerbone has announced that chickens will now be bred with seeds instead of wheat, which is a minor change but seems a bit more fitting to the chickens. Another bit of news is that the mobs, the skeletons, zombies, and zombie pigmen that would pick up your items and gear will now drop all of them when they get killed. So if you die near a zombie and he takes your armor and your sword, if you kill him, he will drop all of that again and all of the gear that they pick up. So no need to worry about somebody stealing your, well, a monster stealing your gear and putting it on and not being able to get it back. There's a ton of news from PAX. There's no snapshot this week or last week because of PAX, but we did get a ton of news from a Minecraft panel at PAX where the developers talked about some of the things that they have planned for the future. Now first off, the mob heads that Jeb designed, these decorations are going to actually be a very rare drop from mobs. It's not just from skeletons as we've seen in the picture, but it seems like every mob, or most of them, are going to drop their head as a very rare drop. Now this is going to be a cool decoration. One thing I suggested to Dinnerbone on Twitter was that because this is going to be a Halloween themed update mainly, that the mob heads should be worn as masks, and players could play pranks on one another by sneaking around and having these mob heads on. So I think that would be really cool. But right now they look like they're just decorative blocks, but you could still put them on item frames most likely, so you can mount a mob head above your fireplace. So another detail that was released at PAX was that if you take 3 of these skeleton heads together, these rare drops, and you'll have to do some type of ritual or put them together in some way, but this is going to be how you summon the Wither, which is also the official name of the new boss. It is called the Wither. So you can summon the Wither pretty much anywhere or as many times as you like, but you're going to need 3 skeleton heads and whatever else they decide you're going to have to do to summon it, but it's going to be the player summoning it instead of having to go to a certain location to find it. Now the 1.4 update, it was announced at the panel officially, and Dinnerbone pitched it there even, that it's going to be called the Pretty Scary Update, because first they were adding a lot of pretty things like decorative blocks and stuff, but then they started adding some scary stuff because of the Halloween release that's planned. So it will be called the Pretty Scary Update. Some news about Minecraft on the Xbox. They plan that they're going to diverge with their updates because the Xbox version is always going to be about 6 months behind, they say, from the normal one that we've got on PC and Mac. So they are going to try to diverge with their updates to have some different stuff so that people don't always feel like they're behind in the Xbox one. And maybe if those Xbox updates work good, they'll bring them over to the main game too. So we'll see. But the development's going to split here soon, it looks like. Now, Jeb did announce at the panel as well that there are no plans for any new dimension or terrain as of now, such as the Nether, the End, or the jungle biome that we saw. A lot of this is because adding a new dimension is very taxing to the game. Having the End and the Nether in there already, does enough to the performance. And they also want to improve the Nether and the End, they've said in the past. So I think they're going to focus on that before they would think about adding a new one. But also, Jeb said there's a lot of backlash whenever he adds one of these sorts of terrain changes, because servers always have difficulties with them if they have an older map. Like, you have to go out to a certain point to find jungles on older maps, and there's always a cutoff and stuff. So he thinks that the backlash and the fact that it taxes the game is not worth adding the new stuff, at least right now. Now the mod API, which stands for Application Programming Interface, is being worked on. Now this is what allows mods to communicate with Minecraft to actually work. So this is something that's been in the works for a while, but right now the plans are out of Jeb and Dinnerbone's hands because they're being worked on by another Minecraft developer named Eric Broes, or Grum is his handle. But he's been working on that for a while, and it's going to take, I think he said, at least a month and a half more to get that that done. So in the meantime, Jeb and Dinnerbone have been working on new features, but the mod API is in the works and isn't that far off. So soon we're going to have a lot easier mod support, and there's some awesome mods out there. So this is great news because mods can do a lot to add to the game, and if it's easier for people to install it, more people will get to play this stuff. Some other news, the adventure mode update is still a few months off. Right now the adventure mode is in the game, but you have to use like a command to change it, and it's very limited. But they are planning more of an update for it. It's going to be different from the adventure update, if you remember. I believe that was 1.8 back in the past. But the adventure mode update is going to allow the new game mode that you use for adventure maps where you can't break blocks and such like that. But they're still working on that, and that's a few months off though. And one last bit of news, carrots and potatoes. Jeb has he brought this up when he was talking about new terrain. Now he added carrots and potatoes, but he doesn't know where they should be brought in, because right now there's no terrain that he would generate them in. It would have to be, you would have to go out looking for new terrain to have them generated, and currently they're only dropped by zombies, but he plans on making the carrots and potatoes most likely farmed by villagers. So if you go find a village, instead of wheat, they might be planting carrots and potatoes. So that is a good way to get them. But still, you'd have to go off and find a new village to do this. So this is what he was bringing up as an example of why it's tough to add new features that alter the terrain and make players have to go explore more stuff to find it. Although I find exploration fun, so who knows? It might be better off in the long run. Alright, so that's all the news for today. Thanks for watching, and if you found this informative and helpful, please leave a like. It helps me out very much. Next week, hopefully, or next time, we will have a snapshot, most likely, and Adam will be back. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Steve signing off. Goodbye.